Howdy folks, it's the fourth week of January 2026, and welcome to This Week in the West. I'm Seth Spillman, broadcasting from the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City. On this podcast, we share stories of the people and events that shaped the history, art, and culture of the American West, and those still shaping it today. Casey Tibbs' father thought rodeo cowboys were bums, and said there was no future in it. Luckily, Tibbs didn't agree. He got his mother's permission, climbed into the saddle, and the rest is rodeo history. Today we celebrate Casey Tibbs, one of the all-time rodeo greats, a member of the first class of the National Rodeo Hall of Fame, and a charismatic, towering figure of the sport on the week of his passing, January 28, 1990. Casey Dwayne Tibbs was born on March 5, 1929, in a modest log cabin about 50 miles northwest of Fort Pierre, South Dakota. He was the youngest of 10 children, raised by parents John and Florence Tibbs, homesteaders who'd battled the elements to make a life along the Cheyenne River. Ranch life was demanding. Casey often rode a horse to school and spent nearly every other waking moment helping tend livestock on their 7,000-acre spread. The cowboy bug bit early. Casey first left home to chase rodeo after dropping out of the 8th grade at just 13. That's when his dad made his feelings about rodeo life perfectly clear. And in truth, Casey was too young anyway. No rodeo producer was about to let a teenage kid into the competition. That changed when he turned 15. Casey showed up with a letter from his mother giving him permission to ride. One small detail worth noting, his father did not sign it. Success came fast. By the time Casey Tibbs was 16, he'd already won his first purse at Madison Square Garden. And just 3 years later, at age 19, he became one of the youngest cowboys ever to claim the world championship in saddle bronc riding. Beginning in 1949, Casey Tibbs put together one of the most remarkable competitive careers rodeo has ever seen. Over the next decade, he captured 9 world titles, 6 World Saddle Bronc Riding Championships, 2 World All-Around Cowboy Crowns, and a World Bareback Riding title. His Saddle Bronc Championships came in 1949, 1951 through 1954, and again in 1959, and he twice earned the honor of World All-Around Champion Cowboy. His flashy skill, sharp outfits, and golden boy looks quickly made him a sensation. In 1951, he landed on the cover of Life magazine, and before long, he was being called probably the most famous of all rodeo cowboys. With his trademark purple shirt, high crown hat, and effortless grace in the saddle, Casey Tibbs came to define what a rodeo star could be. And remember, when our National Rodeo Hall of Fame inducted its very first class in 1955, Casey Tibbs was part of it, even though he was still actively competing. He said during those glory days, "My life's been one rodeo after another. About all I've done up to now is straddle a horse, eat, and sleep." He rode in roughly 80 rodeos a year, making the legendary stops at Cheyenne, Pendleton, Calgary, and Madison Square Garden. Injuries came with the territory, but Casey shrugged them off. He once said, "I guess I've broken 30-something bones, including more than 10 broken ribs, fractured ankles, and a leg broken 3 different times." After breaking several ribs in Cheyenne, Tibbs still went on to win the Saddle Bronc title at Fort Worth the very next week. And when a blood clot near his spine put him on doctor-ordered bed rest for 6 weeks, he checked himself out of the hospital after just 9 days. By age 26, he shocked the sport by stepping away from full-time competition. Tibbs explained at the time, "Mainly I wanted time to make Western pictures and television shows." Hollywood had already taken notice of the blue-eyed cowboy's natural charisma. He appeared on To Tell the Truth, made the rounds in Los Angeles, and before long became a trusted technical advisor to John Wayne. He went on to perform stunts and appear on screen alongside Henry Fonda. Before long, Tibbs was writing, producing, and starring in his own films, including the semi-documentary Born to Buck. And when Hollywood's gatekeepers slowed him down, he took matters into his own hands, personally booking the younger rounders in nearly 100 theaters across the country. Tibbs didn't stop there. He built his own Wild West show and rodeo company and took American Rodeo on the road and around the world. In 1958, he led a troupe to the World's Fair in Belgium, and in 1973, he staged an astonishing 162 performances in Japan, introducing bronc riding to audiences who had never seen anything like it. Tibbs took real pride in his horses. His first was Red River, a chestnut pony that survived the brutal drought of 1934. Later came Midnight, a black thoroughbred that Casey patiently trained into a polished, dependable performer. Despite all the fame, Casey Tibbs wanted something simple, a ranch of his own. He once said he'd hoped to run it the way old-time cowboys did, with old branding irons and real roping. In 1976, he settled in Ramona, California, where he bred and raised horses. And just a month before he passed away in 1990, Tibbs made an appearance at the National Final Rodeos, an event he helped bring into being. In 1989, a statue of Casey riding the bucking horse Necktie was dedicated at the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame in Colorado Springs. After a year-long battle with bone and lung cancer, Casey Tibbs died at his home in Ramona on January 28, 1990. he was 60. In 2024, he was honored here at the Cowboy with the Ty Murray Top Hand Award by the professional bull riders at their Heroes and Legends annual award ceremony. And with that, we've stayed in the saddle for another episode of This Week in the West. Our show is produced by Chase Spivey and written by Mike Kaler. Follow us and rate us on Apple Podcasts wherever you hear us. That'll help us reach more people. Come visit us here in Oklahoma City. You can now buy tickets online at thecowboy.org/tickets. Got a question or a suggestion? Drop us an email at podcast@thecowboy.org. We leave you today with the words from Life magazine's article on Casey Tibbs in October 1951. Casey usually travels from rodeo to rodeo in a $4,000 Cadillac, which he drives on the highway at 95 miles per hour. He likes to drink and stay up late. Unlike other professional athletes, he doesn't have to worry about his physical condition. I don't have to last 15 rounds like a boxer, he explains. I'm on and off a bronc before I can take a deep breath. Much obliged for listening, and remember, come find your West here at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum.